watch this later. All right, there we go. We've muted everyone again. Welcome to the Oh How Human of Me Journal and Launch Party. I am Garth, Dr. Erin's husband, or affectionately as we call her, Erin. I want to start off by congratulating you for joining us and taking time to invest in yourself on this Saturday. Some of you actually may be a different day. We've got folks joining us from all over the world, so it might be Sunday for some of you. We want to thank you for being here. This means the absolute world to my wife. This is something she has been working on for a long time. I've had a front row seat to her journey through life, to her journey through becoming human, through her journey as of the trials and tribulations that she'll help pour into today. You are in for a real treat here as Dr. Erin spends time with you. We're going to, as I mentioned, record this so people that can watch it later. If you are with us live, you can always watch it again later and watch this as many times as you want. We will be together here on our Saturday morning for about an hour. We'll be hosting various raffles throughout our time together. You must be present to win for those raffles, so hopefully you've got some time set aside for that. Make sure you grab your journals. You're going to want to take notes and do this workshop with us. This is going to be an interactive event, if you will. One other thing, we have the chat room open. Please open that up. Let us know where you're coming from. Feel free to drop in some questions in there during our time together. I'll be dropping in some links as Erin is going through her presentation, so you will want to make sure that chat room is open. So to begin with, to begin this incredible masterclass, Dr. Erin's friend, Tiffany Lang, has some words that she would like to share with you. So Tiffany, if you'll please unmute yourself.
Hey guys. Okay, so every so often in the hopeful 100 years of each of our lives, there are beacons that show up, lighthouses, hearkenings in human form, energetic gifts, reminders. Now, each and every one of us know exactly what I'm talking about. You know them, you felt them, you've experienced them, and so have I. They have one job: to deliver the message. Now, when you find these frequency shifters, these wave bearers, the most profound thing you can do is listen. What they have come to deliver is not self-serving for them. It is revolutionary for you. In so many of my ventures personally into personal growth and healing, one of the biggest hurdles that I've encountered was finding my own voice, honoring it, hell, even recognizing it. It was buried under so much that I didn't even remember what the sound of it was like. In past work that I have done, I was always directed to look at someone else's philosophy or construct, if you will, as a means to finding my own. And I'll tell you right now, that does not work. Each of us, each and every single one of us, are a unique expression of the universe walking around with skin. We're here to experience, to breathe, to know what it is to be cosmos with consciousness. And on my 42nd year on this earth, I just happened to encounter an individual who brilliantly has created something that reminds all of us of how to do just that. Instead of pointing outside of ourselves for answers, she shows us how to point in, how to harness the power of every experience, every hurdle, every high, every low, and all that's in between, to remember exactly how powerful we are. And y'all, what comes out of this experience? Oh my goodness. I actually just shared a few days ago that for the first time in almost 20 years, my soul, you guys, declared its intention for the year ahead. And that's only because I was finally able to find my way back to it. And there is zero doubt in my mind that it is because of this illuminated human and her reminding me. Every hopeful 100 years of our lives, there are beacons that show up for us in human form. They have one job: deliver the message. One is being delivered today.
Awesome. Thank you for those words, Tiffany. That was wonderful. So without further ado, let's begin our Oh How Human of Me workshop. We'll bring to the virtual stage the amazing, the incredible, the beautiful, the extremely intelligent Dr. Erin. Will you please unmute yourself? Come on camera, and everyone do a little round of applause. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hit it, babe.
I see a couple of folks driving and clapping. We encourage you to keep your hands on the wheels at all times during this ride.
Garth, are you finding the video? Oh, how human of me, honey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was later on. My bad. Hold on.
I trained him this morning, everybody. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, human of Garth.
Takes a while.
All the
Okay,
way, all the way, all the way
Bye.
to Nashville. We talk about God.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness. It's so good to be with you. Look at all your beautiful faces. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Eureka. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everybody. Chrissy, Wendy, Mary, Sue, Teresa, Tracy, Tiffany, Nancy, Shannon, Brenda, Brian holding down the men. I love it. Oh my God, Sue, Teresa, forgive me if I've missed any of you. Crystal, human, I love it. Hi, everybody. All right, let me share my screen and we are going to get this beautiful party started. Tiffany, those are the most beautiful words anyone has ever used to see me. And I think, the greatest gift we can give other humans is to see them. So thank you for seeing me, my friend. I love you so much. Welcome everyone to the Oh How Human of Me Masterclass and Journal launch. If you have a journal, show me. I want to see your journals. Oh my goodness. Ah, there they are. So many of you have ordered them. This is when I got it and I felt it, I was so excited. Okay, we have so much to cover, so much I want to pour into you. If you know anyone that would be blessed by this, please share this masterclass with them after we are done. But we're going to dive in. Oh, how human of me. Okay, you all know I am a psychologist, and I have figured out a diagnosis for all of you. And the diagnosis is human. I am diagnosing you all as human. You and you and you and you and you and you too. You will learn today why this phrase means so much to me and why I believe it's the gateway to so much revolution within your own healing. But I want me too to be our call sign. So if you're a human, I'm a human. I'm a human. Are you a human? I want you to put in the chat room, me too. If I got any humans out there, do I have any humans? Let me know you're out there. That is our kind of call sign to each other. Okay. Diagnosis, human being. All right. Here's what I believe, and here's where we're going today. I believe that the life that we desire, the life that we want and are aiming towards is because of our humanity. It's inside of our humanity and it's a result of our humanity. And it's not in spite of our humanity. You will see that on the cover of the journal. And I'm going to walk you through how I discovered that I was really a human, just like the rest of you, and all that that meant for my own freedom and all that that can mean for your own freedom as well. And I'm going to read to you the first page of the journal. So relax and enjoy and listen. When I first got sober, I remember my greatest desire was learning how to show up for all of it, for every facet of what it meant to be a human. Could I cry myself to sleep and wake up the next day and carry on? To me, that was growth. The journey of rising up from the ashes has been an exercise in becoming. There were days when someone would ask me how I was doing, and I would reply, I am both wonderful and decimated. How could I hold these two truths at the same time? This dance of becoming, this journey of finding oneself, often asks us to be willing to hold the duality of what it means to be human. I learned to hold the good and the bad at the same time. I learned to stop pleasing myself, others, if it meant abandoning myself. I have learned I cannot sacrifice the very thing that makes me powerful, my humanness, on this journey towards becoming my highest self. Becoming is all of it. Glennon Doyle says, whether I like it or not, pain is the fuel of revolution. I will continue to become only if I resist extinguishing myself 1,000,000 times a day. If I can sit in the fire of my own feelings, I will keep becoming. Pain has been my greatest growth accelerator. Let it be yours. My greatest prayer has been, God, don't let me waste my suffering. Hitting rock bottom was fire, and it fueled my becoming. A little bit about me, if you don't know some of my story. About 10 years ago, I had a pretty good run at this human thing, but it just kind of caught up to me. And I hit my emotional rock bottom, and I was clinically depressed. I was suicidal, and clinically depressed. We had just had our second baby, and I went home to have a week-long vacation reprieve with my family in Wisconsin. I remember saying, I will be floating on the lake. You take care of the baby. I am so depressed. But I'm coming home, and you can take care of me. And on the first day of vacation, one of my family members, through no ill intent of her own, but around 11 o'clock, she came down to the dock and she gave me a vodka cranberry. I had never really had hard alcohol. I was a Christian in a Christian college. We didn't party. We didn't do any of that. I had maybe had a Presidente a margarita at Chili's. Do you know the ones? Oh, those are good. Okay. Maybe I had a couple of those in my life. And when she gave me the vodka cranberry, I remember the feeling. It was an instant reprieve. It was an instant disconnection from the depression. And almost like I let out an exhale for the first time in a long time. And throughout the week, I drank a lot of those vodka cranberries, and I was happy. I even laughed. And I took that reprieve home back with me to Reno. And within a year, I was a daily drinker. The thing that had been the great disconnector for my depression had become the great disconnector for all things. It had disconnected me from my God, from myself, from others, from my values. And to make a long story short, I hit my rock bottom. And I landed in the rooms of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. And I no longer go to AA, but I went for several years. And it truly was the first place in my life where I realized that I could learn how to be a human. It was the first time in my life where I felt like I was surrounded by humans, and the kind of humans that were showing up for all of it. I had never even found that in my church. I had never found anything like it. They were showing up for all of it. And I remember thinking years later, when I kind of had stopped going to AA, I remember thinking, instead of announcing myself at every meeting like this, hi, I'm Erin and I'm an alcoholic. I remember thinking, I wish I could have said, hi, I'm Erin and I'm a human that's becoming whole. And then the woman next to me could say, hi, I'm Tiffany and I'm a human and I'm becoming whole. And the guy next to me could say, hi, I'm John and I'm human and I'm becoming whole. And I just wished that we could all introduce ourselves like that. And it became the mantra of my life, this understanding that self-compassion was the medicine. Self-compassion was the medicine. And the phrase, "Oh, how human of me," became the mantra for that self-compassion revolution that happened in my life. And I learned that this definition of freedom and simultaneously the definition of addiction is we are addicted to something whenever it causes us to abandon ourselves. And we are in healing when we choose to stay with ourselves. So the "Oh, how human of me" journal and movement and mantra is about returning home to yourself. And I'm going to walk you through that today. And I'm going to give you some really amazing exercises that have changed my life and have helped me heal. And I know that you're just going to be profoundly impacted by them. Over the course of the last 10 years of my recovery, I've always been completely addicted to self-help. Like, hi, my name is Erin and I'm a self-help junkie. Anyone? We have any self-help junkies here? Like personal development? I'm straight to the section in the Barnes and Noble. Give me all the self-help books. I have read them all. They are behind me. I have read most of them. And for many, many years, I really thought that that was doing me a service. And in the course of my healing, about a year and a half ago, after having about 17 coaches and mentors and healers, multiple therapists throughout my life, reading all the books, I still felt like there was a little bit of a hole in my soul. I still felt like I was just constantly pushing and proving and pleasing and perfecting. I just couldn't lick it. And I voxed my friend Wendy and I said, I'm so sick and tired of being a project. I'm so tired of trying to fix myself. Can any of you relate to that? When am I going to be done? I'm almost 50. When am I going to be done? And I realized if we were going to kind of break up with bettering ourselves, what was left? And what was left with, what I was left with was healing myself, loving myself. So I'm going to give you a definition of self-help that I think is pretty disruptive. We tend to think of the capitalistic society we live in sells to us the idea that self-help is all these things to better ourselves. Of course, we're told it's all the things we need to buy to get our pedicures and stuff, which I call grooming. Can I get an amen on a Saturday? Okay, getting my nails done is not self-help. That's grooming. Anybody? Okay, it's a lovely luxury. I'm grateful. But I do not call that self-help. Okay, so if the definition, as it is for me, if self-help is truly a decision to stay home with myself instead of running away from myself, then self-help can actually be some of the most excruciating hard work you will ever do. Because then self-care and self-help sometimes looks like, no, Mom, we can't have a relationship. Sometimes that might mean I can't make all of the invitations for all of the things that I want to be at. It might mean I no longer feel that this person is adding value to my life. And so I'm no longer going to go on the coffee date with them. It can be some of the hardest, most excruciating work. And what I realized was the very thing I went to the self-help industry for, to fix my worthiness, only kind of perpetuated and sometimes prevented the very healing that I was searching for, because there was always more work to do. Can you relate to that? And I remember thinking to myself, if we're all striving, who just gets to be loved the way they are? So this masterclass is a masterpiece on healing and being a human. It's not a self-help, self-improvement workshop. I don't know about you, but I've never found true freedom and true peace in a 10-point checklist or an early morning routine or a productivity hack. It's given me productivity, but it's not given me peace and healing. So just ask yourself, is there a place in your life where you're addicted to struggling or addicted to surviving yourself? If you were like me years ago, I was always in a 12-week fitness challenge. And I'm like, why am I always in a challenge? It's because I didn't know how to do life other than being in a constant challenge with myself. And I think I feared if I gave up the challenge, if it wasn't a struggle, I don't know what I thought would happen, but I think I thought it would all fall apart. And I know very differently. So this is what I know. You cannot hate yourself into loving yourself. You know, we have a saying, you whip yourself into shape. No, we're not going to whip ourselves into shape. So here's my belief that the antidote to suffering is our humanity. And I'm going to show you how. The antidote to our suffering is actually our humanity. The medicine is our humanity. Instead of showing progress, we're going to show who we actually are today. What if we could drop showing progress? What if we could create a world of relaxed, peaceful people? Can you imagine if you gave awards for, like, you get an award for being peaceful, and you get an award for being happy, and you get an award for being so self-loving, and you get an award for being so self-compassionate. You know, the world doesn't give out awards for peace, except for the people that really know you. And then the people that really know you say, there she is. There he is. Oh, there she is. There he is. Okay. So we are going to put down fixing ourselves, and we are going to pick up healing ourselves, not because we're broken, but because healing, you will see, is the medicine, is the work of our lifetime. And we're going to try on some new medicine: gentleness as the medicine, love as the medicine, self-compassion as the medicine, self-tenderness, loving kindness as the medicine. So the battle cry for this revolution is, oh, how human of me. Okay. Think about how disruptive acceptance truly is. Just like try on this idea of, if you're like, no, I totally radically accept and love myself. What does that feel like? Imagine saying that at a family gathering. Imagine proclaiming that to your friends. Like, I'm done working on myself. I totally love myself. It's kind of a freaking revolution, isn't it? It's kind of the most counterculture thing. It's kind of disruptive. It's kind of a rebellion. It's a big deal. So this is my intention for this masterclass, for this movement. A world full of relaxed, confident, healed people who love themselves would be the greatest revolution of modern times. No small feat. What we can do this, right? Okay, so we are going to dive in to exploring duality. Okay, I want you to imagine an alien drops in and they're like, what do we have here? I mean, I don't know what an alien sounds like, but they might say, what do we have here? What are these things? And you would say, oh, these things are humans. And the alien would say, what is a human? Think about how you would answer an alien. What is a human? I've come up with kind of how I might answer. I'm pulling it up because I posted this. human. Well, I would say, let's see, it's someone who's walking around the earth and they have the opportunity to feel everything. So being a human, it's sometimes beautiful, it's sometimes brutal, so it's both, so it's all of it. It's sometimes extremely mundane, so these humans, they pump the gas and they do the laundry, and then these humans also have these mountaintop experiences where it's everything and it's all the things. It's everything and it's all the things. And I would say to the alien, it's the greatest both and experience you could ever sign up for. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to share a concept with you that modern day psychology has found sets the captives free, which is my mission. Okay. Old school cognitive behavioral therapy would say, let's take your negative thought or suffering and let's actually go and explore and find all the data that says that thought is wrong and you are indeed wonderful and life is fine and you need not worry and let's make the list. And it was let's find all the reasons why your thought's not true. And old school cognitive behavioral therapy, we found, actually caused harm. It ended up shaming ourselves. I came out to Reno, Nevada in 1998 because third wave cognitive behavioral therapy was being developed by my now mentor, Stephen Hayes, Dr. Stephen Hayes. He was on the cover. Denise is going like this. Oh my gosh. He was on the cover of Time magazine. And I was this Minnesota girl. I was applying to all the schools in Minnesota. And I was like, I'm just going to try. I'm sure I won't get in, but I'm going to try to go to Reno, Nevada. And I got in. And then my Lutheran family started praying for me because they thought I was going to live with all the prostitutes. Okay. Anyway, so I go to Reno and I study under Stephen Hayes. And really the new wave, the most best practices in psychology now is called acceptance and commitment therapy. So I'm going to be teaching you what's behind what I'm sharing today is all of this. It's the best practices of how we know how to help humans human. Okay. So the acceptance piece of this therapy is the acceptance piece of, oh, being a human's all of it. Oh, yeah. So Dr. Erin might be crying in the morning and sad about something and then feeling really joyful in the afternoon. And that actually doesn't mean that she's got any pathology. It just means she's having a human experience. And really the metric of success, so to speak, is, can she hold it all? Can she hold it all? And remember, I wrote that in the journal. That was my definition of I knew I was actually showing up for this thing that it meant to be a human, which I couldn't do if I was addicted to alcohol. I was escaping the human experience, right? Whatever it is that causes you to abandon yourself and run away, right? That is a running away from the humanity. And so could I show up for all of it? Could I just show up for all of it? And what we know in psychology is our inability to show up for it causes the suffering. So in order to have it all that it means to be human, one must learn how to hold it all. In psychology terms, this might even translate it, if you want to have it all, you got to learn how to feel it all. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but we're going to show you how to show up for it all. Because truly, the suffering is a result of not being willing to show up for your humanity. Isn't that interesting? So let's give you the pathway to happiness. I'm going to help you understand in one little masterclass how to be happy. It's not complicated when you understand the science, when you understand the methodology and the pathway. Happiness is healing. It's a series of homecomings. And what do I mean by that? If you are your home, if your humanity, if your humanness is your home, then staying with yourself is healing. Abandoning yourself, running away from yourself is suffering that sometimes can lead to mental illness and pathology, but it sure is suffering. So if our home is our humanity, ask yourself a question. We're going to dive into a little methodology here. I want you to just write down, what are the 3 emotions you most often feel on any given day? This is what I call your emotional home. It's kind of where you live, right? You can share these if you want. I can't see the chat room, honey. Maybe I can. Maybe I can open it up. Oh, I can. Okay. Okay. Me and technology, it's scary, but I did it. I can see the chat room. Okay. So the 3 emotions you feel most often on any given day is kind of your emotional home. That's where you're living. Now I want you to write down, what are the 3 emotions you most desire to feel on any given day? Thank you for sharing, Denise. Thank you so much. This is part of the GPS, the instruction manual on how you can create and live your higher life. So the name of my company is The Higher Life, which was also birthed on a treadmill a couple of years ago. And I also told Wendy, oh my gosh, I just got the name of The Higher Life. And the higher life is where we live a high performance life fueled by our higher power. I call it God. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but a higher power, right? Okay. So I'm going to show you the pathway to live your higher life. And living your higher life is understanding that your higher self is always with you, available to you, wants to be consulted, is available to be consulted, and has all the answers. So this journal includes the questions that lead you to most effectively consult with your higher self. Essentially, you are asking your higher self these questions in this journal. You are saying, what would you have me know about this thing? What would you have me know about this thing? And I truly believe that the age of the guru is over. I've kind of always believed that you are your own guru, and psychologists are trained in knowing how to ask questions that lead you to your own healing, right? So it's what we do. When you think of therapists, you don't think of like them barking orders at you and telling you exactly what to do, although sometimes you want them to tell you what to do. But a good therapist asks a great question, right? The questions in the journal are also based on 40 years of research. So do not let their simplicity fool you, okay? They are, I mean, I have said it's a very bold statement, but these questions can lead you to everything you desire. But here's the deal. Here's the litmus test for how you want to think about relating to your higher self. The higher self is the person that cannot be Googled. Let me give you an example. I cannot Google, what is Dr. Erin's next best move? How should Dr. Erin be as a wife? What does Dr. Erin value in terms of how she parents her children? Like, you can't Google any of these answers. So if you can't Google it, it's something you need to ask your higher self. Isn't that interesting? So imagine having your higher self always available. She and he are almost like sitting by you, and you get to consult, and you get to say, like, who would you have me be? What would you have me do? What would you have me order off the menu? Would we make our 5 calls like we said we were going to do? Would we do that? It's time to go inside after a long day of work. How are we going to show up for the hubby? What's important to you? What do you value? What do you want? What do you really, really want? All these questions. The only person that knows the answers is your higher self. Your higher self, remember, is not a better self. It's your truest self. Your highest self is your truest, wisest self. I'm going to teach you how to find your truth. I'm going to teach you a strategy to find your truth today. But your home is your humanity. So let's think about what would be some of our house rules. You know, if you enter people's houses, sometimes they have these like, in our house, we laugh often and we love much and we, you know, and those fun little signs, right? Think about your own home, your own humanity. What would be some of your house rules? Almost like your house rules is your own manual for self-care. So I'll give you a couple examples. So mine might be no bullying. No bullying in my house. No bullying in my house. Tell the truth. In my own humanity. Be brave. That might be a house rule. Practice gratitude. If you make a mess, clean it up. Do you know what I'm putting down, everybody? If you make a mess out of a relationship, out of whatever, like clean it up. Move your body. That could be a house rule. Have fun. What are some of your house rules? I would love to see them. And I lost my room. There it is. There it is. Speaking kind words. Oh, it's such a great house rule. Another one, never forget you're a human. Make room for joy. Always laugh. How about this? Try new things. Be grateful daily. Stay grounded. Ooh, these are so good, you guys. Write these down. Try new things. Be yourself. Smile often. I love it. Consult your higher power. Connect daily with God. Ooh, stay above your feet. Love it. Breathe. Breathe. Stay hydrated. That's a good one. Watch the sugar intake. That might be a good one. You guys are beautiful. Forgive yourself. Oh, take a nap. Take care of yourself today. Beautiful. Okay. Now I want you to think of, make 2 columns, 2 lists. Isn't this so cool that like no one has the answers but you? You have all the answers. It's so like, I just love it. Okay, so your first column is, what are the things you do when you abandon yourself and you're a runaway? If suffering is running away from yourself, abandoning yourself, running away from home, and you're a runaway, eat like crap maybe, right? Don't sleep. Scroll endlessly. Binge watch Netflix. Okay, that could be a really good thing. I'm always like, don't anyone take my Netflix from me. Oh. Oh my gosh, become vacant. Oh my gosh, yes. You just like leave. Oh, yes. Which is a protective thing at times, right? What are all space out? What else do? You might overeat, you might get angry, irritable, you might overspend. You might drink, drug, hide in the closet. Ooh, you might listen to your thoughts that you know are not true. You might actually believe your thoughts. That could be a way of abandoning yourself. You could believe your thinking that is not from the divine. Ooh, stay not move your body. Yes. So these are very personal to all of you. Okay. Now let's make a list of what would it look like to stay with yourself, to stay at home with yourself. What would those behaviors be? What would that look like? For me, I'll give you an example. It would be crying myself to sleep. It would be venting. It would be telling the truth. It would be being sad. It would allow all the things that I just don't think are super lovely about myself. It would be allowing them in. Ooh, following a good routine, talking to my best friend. Okay, do you want to know our homecoming mantra? It's 2 lines. I will stay with me. I will not run away. I will stay with me. I will not run away. All right, I'm going to give you this good news, bad news, okay? All right, you know us psychologists, we love the feelings, and we love to say that the feelings are just information. There's no good, bad feelings, and it's true, okay? And what we know, I'm going to return you to what we know. Whatever we won't allow in creates the suffering. Brene Brown has an incredible book, The Atlas of the Heart. If you want to think and go study kind of all of the emotions that we feel as humans and what we can learn from them. But I want you to imagine that what is a negative feeling you don't like feeling? Just conjure that up, put that in the chat room, and give me your examples. And I want you to imagine, yes, anxiety. Okay, I want you to imagine anxiety, which is part of being human, has come for a visit and it's knocking on the door and it's like, hello, hello, we need to talk. And you're like, oh, good Lord, go away. We know in a nutshell, when we don't let anxiety in, it makes it bigger, it makes it more believable, it makes it more powerful, it makes it last longer, it makes it more intense. It's all the things we don't want. So we're going to live in opposite world, and we're going to imagine saying, come on in, anxiety, have a seat. You can sit on the nice chair even, okay? What would you like, a coffee or a tea? All right, sit down. All right, come on in. What would you like? All right. This is how we're going to allow the resistance instead of pushing the resistance away. The questions we ask dictate the quality of our life, okay? So there are questions we're going to ask our feelings when they come to visit. So write these down. There are several questions, okay, that you can ask your feelings. If these things are actually so useful, like all these psychologists say they are, you can ask, where did my little list go? You can ask, why are you here? What would you have me know? What do you need from me? What am I to learn from your visit? Remember, in order to have it all, I must learn how to hold it all. And if you don't know how, it's a skill you can develop. So if sadness visits me, I have learned how I be sad, how I practice being sad. So the third wave behavioral therapy, the revolution of it is the acceptance piece of, oh, sadness has visited me. And often it's like, of course it has. This thing just happened. I'm actually paying attention. Like, who wouldn't be feeling this thing? Of course, this makes perfect sense. Or anxiety comes in. Anxiety is usually an informational guidepost of pay attention to something, or I'm trying to protect you, or you better prepare or you're going to look like a fool, or like it can be useful. or it can just show us what we care about. So if anxiety is this coin, on one side is the anxiety, on the other side of anxiety, if it's a coin, it just shows you what you value. So let's say I have a child and all of a sudden I'm worrying about all the things that could happen to this child. Part of that's just so how human of me. It's like, well, of course, because now I really care about this child. Without getting into it, you're going to want to spend most of your time living on that side of the coin of what can I do to care for the child instead of worrying about what could happen to the child, right? If you're terrified of getting cancer because everyone in your family has cancer, of course you're terrified. Like, oh, how human of you. Of course you are. Old school cognitive behavioral therapy would be like, come on, you're fine. Look at you're healthy. And you're like, that does not work. New Wave says, okay, what can we do to stay healthy? Okay. Very empowering. Okay. Allowing the resistance decreases the resistance. You have this conversation with anxiety. It says, I just need you to know some things. Like you're trying some new things in your business and you failed the last 4 times. And so I need you to know, like, I'm here to help you. You're probably going to fail again. And you're like, thank you, anxiety, for alerting me to that. I'm aware. Thank you for trying to protect me. Things are different now. This is new, or I'm capable of change, or I believe in possibility. And so, or I'm willing to tolerate failing again. If that should happen somehow, some way, I will figure out how to tolerate failing again. It's just an example, right? Of allowing it in. And what we know is when we allow our feelings in, the negative ones, they become less believable, less intense. They last less long, so they're shorter in duration. They come around less often because they don't need to. Do you see? You see how that can be? Yeah. I'm going to leave you with one more practice, and then we're going to get to all sorts of other things, and we might go 10 minutes over. All right. Something I learned in my healing in the last several years is this: contemplation is the opposite of addiction. Contemplation is the opposite of addiction. What the heck do I mean? And what is contemplation? Contemplation is, simply put, asking your heart for what it knows and listening to it. I just turned 50. I've told Brenda this funny story, but I had a 49-year run of resisting meditation. I was like, oh, heck to the no, and no, no, no. I don't know what I thought meditation was, but I didn't want any part of it. The thought of trying to turn my brain off and have nothing happen was just I just didn't get it. But what I learned was contemplation was the magic. So this journal is a contemplative practice. It is the #1 most powerful spiritual practice I believe you could do, is contemplate. So I'm going to teach you the strategy of what I call honor the nudge. And this is going to help you explore, have that relationship with your higher self and get the answers. Okay. So whatever is going on in your life, maybe you're struggling with getting clarity on what you should do next, or what's right or wrong, or for you, or what you should say yes or no to, or whatever. This is honor the nudge. Okay. It's the first step is you're going to breathe. You're going to remind yourself that you have a body and that you are connected to a body, and you're going to breathe. And you might close your eyes, but you're going to pause and breathe. And the second step is you're going to drop down. And kind of what I mean by that is you're going to go within. And I say this, you're going to drop down and take a look around. You're going to drop down and take a look around. That might be dropping down and hanging out with God. It might mean dropping down and in and hanging out with just the pool of potentiality that is waiting for you there. All I know is there's limitless possibility waiting for you in the contemplative space. And had I known that, I would have liked to think I would have done it a lot sooner. Okay, so we pause, we breathe, we drop down and take a look around, and then we listen for the knowing. We listen for the next thing to do. We listen. That's called the nudge. I call it God, divine, knowing, truth. So we drop down, take a look around. We listen for the knowing. We wait for the knowing. And then we do what it says. And then we repeat that forever. That's it, you guys. That's how you do it. This is how you heal. This is how you listen to your higher self. This is how you stay home with yourself and not run away. There is no guru. You cannot Google the answers to any of this. The thing that has single-handedly changed my life, meaning healed me, has been my contemplative practice. If you know me, you know I co-create with God. Honor the nudge came from God. Oh, how human of me came from God. The higher life came from God. It all comes from God. It's so fun. But your pathway comes, that's where it's to come from. You have it inside you. You just need to know how to ask. And that's what the higher life is. That's what these questions in the journal are. They're guideposts leading you back home to yourself. So create your emotional home. If you want one of your emotions to be happy, what would that look like if you were being happy? What are your house rules? How can you stay with yourself and not abandon yourself? The mantra, I will stay with me, I will not run away. I will stay with me, I will not run away. I will honor the nudge. I will let the feelings in. Sit down. Tell me what you need to know so that you can go away as soon as possible. Okay. We're going to move on to just a couple of the offerings that I have in 2024 and how we're going to move the higher life forward. And just so many special offers just for you listening. We're going to then do raffles. We've got so many free things to give away. And then I'm going to open it up for Q&A. If any of you have questions, I'm going to take a couple of those. We'll stick around, like I said, for the next 10 minutes or so. So let's go. Okay. So Garth is going to drop some of these links, all of these links in the chat room. But if you have not received your journal yet or ordered one, you can order your journal at higherlifejournal.com. It's your roadmap home to you. It's not a typical journal, is it? It's a contemplative practice. It's not blank pages. It's what are the questions to ask yourself? I really believe that the quality of your life is dictated by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. The quality of your emotional home is dictated by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. You know, I'm so excited for you too, Barry. Thank you so much. So much. So we've got that link. Of course, you can coach with me. I have the most ridiculous offer. I spent many, many years in the coaching industry where, in my personal opinion, people got a little cray-cray. They lost their minds. They thought they were going to charge like, I don't know, $33,000 to coach with. It just became ridiculous. I'm in private practice. I charge $150 an hour. Insurance maybe pays $60 an hour. Okay. My coaching sessions are $150 an hour. You can use them as you need them. You can use them for however you want. Do you want business coaching, personal coaching, life coaching, spiritual coaching? Do you want me to look at something like a business plan you have or a strategy or a program? Do you want me to help you create your program? What do you want me to help you with sales? I'm the saleswoman of the year. Like I can help you with all the things. Okay. Here's a crazy, ridiculous offer for all of you because I'm just excited about it. It's a 2-for-1. Part of this masterclass, you get 2 coaching sessions for $150. You can buy as many as your little heart desires. We're going to set the captives free. Oh, great. Okay. So coaching with me, Garth put the link there. We will be sending all these links in an email always to all of you as well. But that offer is going to stand for the next couple days. Okay. Going to make sure people see the replay, but that is going to be available to you. So buy one, get one, $75. You get a coaching session. Sounds good to me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Garth, can you hop on? Okay. We have something very, very exciting to announce. Garth and I are launching the Dear Dr. Erin podcast. Okay. And it involves and needs you. So tell them what it is, honey, and then you'll see what we mean.
Yep. All right. So on this weekly advice podcast, clinical psychologist and #1 best-selling author, Dr. Erin, answers all of your questions with the funny wit and intelligence you know her for. She's joined by her husband and co-host, spoiler alert, that's me, to contemplate all that it means to be human. Dr. Erin will give you the truth and nothing is off limits, off limits, from pop culture to parenting to mental health. Think of her as your friendapist, the therapist you've always wanted to have as your friend, here to offer support, advice, and insights. Buckle up for the ride of your life. Every episode will take you on an emotional journey from laughter to motivation, contemplation, information, and deep inspiration. So do you want advice from Dr. Erin? Send your questions to deardrerin@gmail.com.
Who's excited about this? You
Me.
can ask me anything. We're going to take all the questions anytime they come up in your life. Like, my aunt said this at the holiday gathering. What the heck should what do you think about this? Or this is happening. My daughter's dating this guy and he said this. And what do you think? It's like a Dear Abby, right? Wasn't that the name of it? Dear Abby? But a psychologist. And Wendy's always called me her friendapist. And so it's like having a therapist as your friend, right? And you can talk, we're going to talk about all things. This is going to be so much fun. So send your questions or stories that you want me to, dive into on the podcast. It's launching early 2024, but we need the material, and you can stay anonymous if you want, but it's going to be like, all right, we got a question from Tiffany. Tiffany says, and I'm going to answer it. It's just going to be so amazing. I have a friend, her name's Ankara Rose. She used to, for a living, create jingles for commercials. She is a master musician. She's a professional musician. She's also a Gene Keys and human design expert. And she is one of the healers that has helped me in the last several years. And she made a jingle for the Dear Dr. Erin podcast. Who would like to hear the jingle? Okay. Okay. I gotta make sure the sound is up and we're gonna listen and you're gonna die. It's so fun. Okay, here we go.
Boom, 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 boom. Ask Dr. Erin what you want to know. Ask Dr. Erin on the Dear Dr. Erin Show. Boom, boom.
Okay, I want to apologize beforehand because when you listen to this jingle 5 or 6 times, you will not stop singing this jingle and it will be in your brain. It's okay. We might have to play it again.
Our kids may or may not be humming that around the house.
I'm just warning you. We'll play it again in a moment. Okay. Ascente is my monthly membership. My monthly membership is where we hop on a live Zoom twice a month and you get to ask me anything. And it's almost like a book club, but a membership of masterclasses. So last year I made 16 masterclasses and they're all in this program. And when you, we take a masterclass as a theme for the month. So let's say the theme is confidence. Then you watch the masterclasses related to that. Maybe the theme is sales. Maybe the theme is business strategy. Maybe the theme is happiness. Maybe the theme is influence, leadership, spiritual laws of success. We cover it all in Ascente. I'm going to be running this for the next 7 months, and then it's going to be ending. So if you want in, here's the crazy. It's $44 a month. $44 a month. You can ask me anything you want. Tiffany learned something on our last call that has helped her have the biggest business month she's ever had from one little phrase I said in our last class. That's what you go to a membership and a mastermind for, to get that nugget that just changes everything. I am not going to go through the details of all of these classes, but I do want to give you an overview of what's in here because you'll want to be in when you see this. So we have a mindset course, sales. Worthy is our money mindset and money and abundance course. The homecoming is our happiness course. Aligned is self-mastery and habits. Mind Your Own Business is the masterpiece that is everything I've ever learned about how to grow a successful business. Story selling is how to be a story seller, whether you're a speaker from the stage or online. Everything kind of falls and rests on your ability to tell stories. Habits, if you want to be a world class, this course shows you how. God is My Guru is invoking the spiritual side of business. She's So Clickable, is how to set your social media up so that people can just click and send you their money and work with you. The Energy of Big Money is all about the energetics of how to have it all and hold it all. Selling on Social, how to sell on social media without ever doing sales calls. Couple more. 7 Laws of Spiritual Success. The Knowing is our confidence course. Happy is another methodology for happiness. And Fit, Free, and Aligned is our health program. All of that. So the Higher Life is all the things, right? So Garth put in the monthly membership link, $44 a month. Like I said, lifetime access, instant access to all 16 master classes. You have them forever. They are everything I've ever put out into the world. Like this is the content. This special is just for you all on this masterclass and anyone watching the replay, and it's for 1 week only. If you don't want to come to the membership and come to the live calls, and you just want my digital courses, all the things that I just shared, they're all here. It's your all access masterclass pass for $88. So think of who you might even want to gift that to. Maybe someone on your team, yourself. You can do it that way, or you can join the membership. You can cancel at any time. Couple other things we're doing in 30 days. January 1st, we're doing a 30-day health challenge. And the difference here is, again, I'm kind of a disruptor, right? We are going to have a checkup from the neck up. You know, I always like to say with your health, if you could have Googled yourself skinny and fit, you would have done it by now, right? It's not about information, it's about integration and transformation. And so this 30-day program, we give you all the recipes and meal plans and recommendations of what supplements you might want to take, etc. We give you all sorts of ways you could move your body, but we're going to give you 30 days of my mindset training. So every day there's a new training that drops. That program is $9.95. That gets you in, you're in, unbelievable. So livegood.com/Nevada Garth. If you want to build a business online with me, we have almost 2,000 people on our team in the last several months. We're building the world's first membership-based buyers clubs, kind of like a Costco online, where you can get premium health and wellness products for wholesale prices. It's completely disrupted the industry. We have almost 1 million members in a year, which is faster than Amazon even grew. If you want to consider doing that with me, reach out to me, but you can join a business, build a business with me. You get my coaching for free, of course, because you're on my team. That's livegoodwithdrerin.com. And last, I am a speaker first and foremost, and God has told me, just speak, right? When I speak, it's just, I've been speaking now for 6 years. We are launching a website for my speaking platform, but I want you all to know that if you have any corporations or organizations that want or need a keynote speaker, you can get $500 to $1,000 referral fee for setting that up, for introducing me to your organization. You know, the average keynote, $5,000, $10,000, you're going to get a $500, $1,000 referral fee based on what I lock in for my keynote fee. So please, who needs this message? Who needs the higher life in their company, in their business, the psychology of success, the psychology of sales, influence, leadership? So just wanted you all to know that. Okay, so we are going to celebrate. We're going to stop share. I'm going to do a raffle. Then Garth's going to do a raffle. The first raffle was for anyone that shared this masterclass or all the things or the journal online. And I kept all of your names, and it's in my little bucket here. So what you're going to win is whatever your little heart desires. You can win you can choose a masterclass pass. You can choose a one-on-one session. You can choose a Sente, the membership. You get to choose. there is, you will know this if you are a business owner, the greatest thing anyone can ever do for you is share your stuff. That they would respect you enough to share it with their loved ones is everything. So who wants to win this? Who wants to win this? Oh, hi, Donica. I just saw you. Okay. Tanya Depp Joni. Is she on? She doesn't have to be present. This is the one you don't have to be present to win because she shared it. I don't know if she's on.
I don't think she's on.
Okay, Tanya, you get to choose whatever you want. Okay, so Garth.
Yep.
Garth's my little raffle man. Okay, the first thing we're raffling off, and this is for present to win. So any of you, okay, the first thing we're going to raffle off is a masterclass of your choice. So I'm going to write this down. Masterclass of your choice. Who wins?
Okay, I'll mix it up a little bit. And let's see, try to get from the middle. Well, I got two stuck. Wendy Lee Carrillo.
Okay, Wendy is in Ascente. She's taken every masterclass, so pull another name.
Okay, all right.
And Wendy, I've got you. You know, she's my best friend. I got you.
Wendy gets cheesecake.
Wendy
Tiffany
gets...
Lang.
Okay, Tiffany's in Ascente. Keep going.
All right.
We're gonna put their names back in though.
Okay. Donna, I didn't get a last name. Is Donna? Let's see. She was on earlier. Let's see. Is she still on now?
Donna still, was it Donna Robertson? Is she on, Shannon?
It just shows Donna. And she's on.
Great. Okay. Okay, Donna.
Yep, Donna's here.
Woo, everyone clap for Donna. Okay. The next thing up for grabs.
Honey, do I put them all back in?
Yep, put them all in.
Okay.
Okay, this one's crazy. This one is a membership in Ascente until we end 7 months in Ascente. Who wants to win this one? Sandra's in it. So she's like, I'm already in that one. Okay. Okay.
So grab another.
Yep. Go.
All right. Mary Gaywith.
Mary's not in. Mary. Where's Mary?
Is Mary still on? Yeah, Mary's on.
Where is she? Mary, where are you?
I think her camera's off.
I'm right here.
There we
Mary,
go.
you're in Ascente for the rest.
You don't have to say Siri.
No, Siri, I'm not talking to you, Siri. No, we're not. Okay. Okay. Oh, the next. Okay, wonderful. Congratulations, Mary. Okay.
Thank you.
Next, you're welcome. It'll be so great to have you. The next
Back
thing
in?
we're raffling off, Garth, put them all back in,
Okay.
is the one-on-one coaching session with me.
Whoop. Hold on.
Who wants to win that one?
All right.
You're so good.
Better with Barry.
Barry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Awesome. All right. One-on-one. Okay, awesome. I know. Oh my. Okay. I am here to field your questions or your takeaways, just a couple minutes. Whatever we can get to in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Anything that you want to share of like that landed with me, that's powerful. I would love to hear. Or questions.
And as a reminder, I muted everyone at the beginning. So if you want to say something, you can raise your virtual hand, your physical hand, or unmute yourself.
Barry, that's the one you wanted. That's so great. Does anyone want to share?
Sandy, are you going? Are you trying to? Okay.
Okay. All right. If you're thinking still, I want you to think about good, Shannon. We're going to go to
Shannon's got her
Shannon.
virtual hand
And I
up.
want you to all think of what's the one thing you want to pull away from today. We don't need more information. We need more integration and transformation. What's the one thing you want to pull away from today? Shannon, hi, my love. Unmute yourself, please, honey.
All right. Hi. Oh my goodness, this was so good. You know, the one thing that stuck out the most for me, there's lots of things, but the honor the nudge was the biggest because just dropping down and going within, because what do? We run. I do. I'm a runner. So just to be able to breathe and pause and just feel that and go within, I've got it written down. I'm going to put it in a frame on my desk here because definitely want to honor that. Thank you so much for this. So good.
Thank you, Shannon. Makes me so happy.
So in the chat room, Denise said honoring the nudge was her big takeaway.
We might need hats, everybody. We might need hats.
You know, I
Nancy,
just
oh,
wanted,
Go ahead, Nancy. Oh, go
Nancy,
ahead.
you've got your hand up.
I'll get back to you,
Yes.
Sandra.
Okay.
Yep.
Nancy?
So what I loved about this is, it's like a lot of times you do things and you want to improve yourself, but it doesn't stick. And then you think, well, what's the use? Okay. But I really think this is a grounding method. And also it's very empowering.
Thank you, Nancy. Oh, thank you. Nancy's in Ascente. Do you have any questions for anyone in it? Thank you, Nancy. Sandra.
hello, darling.
Hi, friend.
I just wanted to, I just have an observation. Everyone is so, in this group, is just so intent, and myself included, with learning and just kind of soaking in everything that you're saying, Dr. Erin, and the impact, the profound impact that you have on, I know myself, but on all of these people. It strikes me, first of all, how fortunate we are to have you in our lives, however, whatever, in whatever capacity. And I so want this journal and this today, which is just so many nuggets, so much to learn from and move on from here. I just hope it explodes. I hope it goes viral, because every single person would benefit so incredibly from this message. It's so empowering, and I think it's just so important. So thank you.
I receive that. Let's do that together. Let's go viral together.
Yes. Woo!
I love you.
Love you too,
So-
darling.
Beautiful comments from Chrissy and Crystal and Barry and Crystal. Thank you.
This is Mary, and
Hi,
I
Mary.
would like to thank God for your gift.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. We got to repeat this. Oh, how human of me. Everyone unmute yourself. We'll just end with a bang. What are we going to say to ourselves when we are having our human moments? Repeat after me. Oh, how human of me.
Oh, how
How
human of me.
I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. I'll get you the replay. Please share it with people that you know.
Love you, Dr. Erin.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Dr. Erin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have an
Thank
awesome
you.
Christmas,
Thank you so
everybody.
much. Bye, everyone. Thank you.